that can understand their way of communicating. So like the heard problem person, they use hand sign, right? Or facial expression. Um, they use that. They use the non-verbal cues to communicate to the other people, or to other persons. And if that happens, if the receiver that understand what kind the style of their communications, the misinterpretations will occur. Okay, no effective communications happen. Right? Last,
Yes po.
Yes
Yes
po.
po.
ilan lang yata ang estudyante ko ha. Roles, what are roles, diba? Roles binigay ko sa inyo. Participations, actively in discussions, is really are highly required. Kasi yan yung isa sa mga performance assessment ko sa inyo. Participations. Okay? Next. Okay, number 6. Physical barriers to non-verbal communications. Okay, anyone? Anyone? Okay. So, physical barriers, ako na lang muna. So, physical barriers to non-verbal communication. Physical means is the distance of the sender and the receiver. To, also to non-verbal communications, like the last one that we tackled about the physical disabilities of the person. They are using the cues, or even not physical disabilities person. Sometimes people ask for example, one of these examples that you're asking for your outfit, if it's okay or good to you. Then someone saying yes verbally, but according to her face and nodding of head, it's saying no, right? Doing that. Class.
Yes,
Yes
po.
po. Yes po.
I used to do that also when someone asking me. Okay. So that's sometimes so the message doesn't highly important that kapag pag gano'n na nagiging communication nyo. So, much more to verbal na siya. Kasi yun yung nakita niya against her dun sa isa. The next, language differences. So, like said by your classmate, we have different culture, different perception, viewpoints, and also we have different language. There are some Bisaya, Tagalog, Ilocano, ano ba, Waray. They have their own language, right? Sino Bisaya?
Yes
Ako,
po.
Bisaya ako. Ako po, mag-Bisaya. So, kumawarin ko mag-Tagalog. But if the miscommunications happen, if the both sender and the receiver does not use the same language. It does, for example, the sender used the language of Tagalog, then the receiver used the language of Bisaya. The receiver can understand Tagalog, and also the sender can understand the Bisaya. Does the communications effective?
No po.
Po.
Yes, no, of course. Hindi siya makakaintindihan. Baka magkaroon pa ng away. Ganun. Kasi there's some word of Bisaya that sometimes against for Tagalog. That's why. For Tagalog language. Okay? But for Bisaya, it's not bad. May yung word na hindi bad. Hindi naman siya bad kasi iba sa Tagalog. Depend on the language kasi talaga. So there's those barriers talaga. So not last. Second to the last. Okay. Number 8, expectation and prejudice, which may lead to false assumptions or stereotyping. People often hear what they expect to hear rather than what is actually said and jump to incorrect conclusions. Yes. Because of those expectation and prejudice. Anyone knows prejudice is? It's
Judge.
yes. Thank you, Hazel. Prejudge and prejudice. You're judging one person by her color or by her style of living, by the way he dress, you judge that person. And that goes of miscommunications. And then, stereotyping. You know what is stereotyping, class? It's usually happening in our country, stereotyping and prejudice. Anyone? Sorry, Zorina?
Ma'am, yung stereotyping po is parang ginagaya niya po yung paniniwala po ng lahat. Kunwari po, ay halimbawa po is yung wait ma'am, nakalimutan ko.
Okay lang, go.
Halimbawa po ma'am, yung about po sa lalaki, yung pag-i-invalidate po ng feelings ma'am. Kunwari po, paniniwala po ng isa na kailangan po i-invalidate yung feelings nung isang tao. Tapos ganun na rin po yung gagawin niya. Parang magsasalin lang po, parang pare-pareho lang po ng perspective ma'am.
Yes, actually. Actually, same with prejudice, but the difference is stereotyping is judging one person. Pero once you judge that person, pag may nakasama siya or member of that group belongs to that person, you assume that it's same with that man. Okay? Or same with persons. Kaya sabi nga natin, mas sabi natin, manluloko yung mga lalaki. Everyone assuming that all men are cheaters. Yes. Diba? Yun na yung magiging isipin na sa babae, ganito. Right? Yun yung stereotyping. Kapag nasaktan ka, then somebody hurt you, then or your loved ones hurt you, then isipin mo na that all that kind of persons about the gender that persons is same with that man who hurt you, right? Okay. Yes. Cultural differences, the last one, common barriers. Yes, it's same with language differences. Cultural differences also, we have different traditions, religions, norms also, and how we interact to other kind of traditions or norms. So kapag that person, that sender don't know about the cultural of the receiver, the message would be misinterpreted by the receiver. Because the sender don't know about the receiver, the cultural. So that's why there are no communications happen. Effective communication doesn't occur because of that barriers. Okay? You understand, class?
Yes
po.
Okay. Okay, let's go to the next one. The categorizations of the barriers. Actually, those barriers, 9 barriers, common barriers, is categorized in these 6 barriers. The language barriers, the language differences, and then the jargon, the slang, and the different abbreviations or abbreviation terms is falls into this category, language barriers. Okay, that's it. Then psychological barriers. Anyone knows what is psychological or psychology? Anyone? You have a subject that, right? Class. Psychology. Anyone? Okay. Psychology class is study of behavior and mind of the living organism or the person. I mean, of the person. So it included in psychology also the emotions of the persons. So the emotions in the common barriers falls into this category. That if that person is angry or stressed, it really affect the message that he or she going to send sent to the receiver. So next, physiological barrier. So anyone knows what is physiological of physiology? It does last.
Nararamdaman po ng isang tao, ma'am, psychological.
Yes, nararamdaman. Physical state. Yes, 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 yes. Uh, can be also. Yes. Physiological is this those of the functions of living organisms and the other parts. The physical disabilities, they are included in this, falls in this category. Okay? So if the physical disabilities is occurred in the message, miscommunications will occur also as well. Okay, physical barriers. Communication is geographic distance between the sender and the receiver. So that means physical is about the distance of the geographic, according to the word geographic. So the distance, geographic distance between the sender and the receiver. So just like the example of this online. For example, some of you attend this synchronous and some of you are not because of the channel they use or the medium they use, the internet or the device. Okay? That's why the communication doesn't happen successfully. Alright, so the next one is systematic barriers. Can you read please, Stephanie?
Systematic barriers to communication may exist in structures and organizations where there are inefficient or inappropriate information systems and communication channels, or where there is a lack of understanding of the roles and responsibilities for communication.
Yes, thank you, Stephanie. Systematic barriers is also part of the impact or big part of miscommunications. So, if you're applying for a job and then you get hired, and then the company didn't tell you what your position is, does the employee or the staff can do his or her work?
No.
No, yes, no, of course no. The staff can do nothing. At ang gagawin? Kasi hindi niya alam eh. So that systematic barrier should, the sender, either the sender and the receiver can be the part of miscommunications. They should know if they do not know the rules in the communication process. Okay, the last one is attitudinal barrier. Attitudinal barriers. Okay, it's its behavior or perceptions that prevent people from communicating effectively. Yes. Just like as said a while ago, your behavior defines your character, how you being responsible, how your parents teach you at home. That's a way of also of miscommunications between the sender and the receiver. The way you behave, the way you show your attitude towards the other person or other person. Okay? So the next one we have class 7 is of, you understand class the categorization of orders?
Yes po.
Okay. So let's go to the 7 C's of communication. So how can we have a effective communications? If there's a barrier, there's also the way. If there's a if there's a way, if there's a way of miscommunication, there's also a way to have an effective communications. Okay. Right. These are the features of effective communications. In their pioneer book, Effective Public Relations, Professor Bloom and Center 2012 is the 7 C's of effective communication. This is widely used today, especially in public relations and advertising. So the first one, features of effective communication is completeness. Can you read, Jenny?
Completeness. Complete communication is essential in the quality of the communication process in general. Hence, communication should include everything that the receiver needs to hear for him, her to respond, react, or evaluate properly.
Yes, thank you, Jamie. Yes, if you're going to send a message to the receiver or the sender, the receiver, the listener, and the audience or the readers, you should have your sentence is complete, your message is complete, because it's also required the fact that by the audience, and also there's leaving no questions for the mind of the audience or the receiver, the message you're going to send. So the one example of that is this one. Okay, this is the left side. Okay. Hi guys, please make sure to prepare all the items tomorrow for the meeting regards Almar. Is the message complete?
No po, ma'am.
No. Yes, no, of course. Because there's no details about what items, what times, and what time and what events that you're going to attend, right?
So,
And the right side, this is the correct message you should uh, send. So, hi guys, just a reminder that we have meeting scheduled at 10 a.m. There's a time. Tomorrow to discuss the Botania event. That's the event you're going to attend. Make sure you got all the events from that message for effective communications. Next, conciseness. So conciseness does not mean keeping the message short, but making it direct, straight to the point, significant, or redundant information should be eliminated from the communication that will be sent to the recipient. Okay, class, remember the words message. Remember the word that not message short, but direct. The word direct or straight to the point. If you're going to send message to the person, you should direct to the point. Avoid flowery words or fillers. Just like at this point, like that. Avoid that words if you are going to send message to the receiver. So they be able to understand what you trying to say to them. Okay? Remember the word direct or straight to the point. Okay? Next, we have example for that. This one. Both the this that are of the executive. Make it short, but more specific, more direct to the point. To both executive type this. This one, the correct one. This one at the right side. Diba? Dito kasi there's a flower words pa eh. And the other one, this is the correct one. To both executive type this. Direct to the point. Okay? So, class, I know you have another classes, and we have another features of effective communications. Please, I will post it on the FB page and send to the GC also. And there's a task you're going to do individual. Okay, I will post it on later. So you can leave now. Thank you for participation. Thank you for your cooperations. Thank you for attending